For people who have chosen to live in the city that never sleeps, we sure do complain about it a lot. Whatever the reason, not enough time in the day, nightmares, construction workers with jackhammers at 6 a.m., partners snoring like grizzly bears, working late, we love to lament our lack of sleep. In New York, sleeplessness is almost a source of pride. It means you're gritty, tough, important. It ups your credibility as a real New Yorker, someone who doesn't scream at the sight of Twinkie-sized cockroaches nor $20 cocktails. There's a reason why people live in New York, right? Said Manoush Zomorodi, host of New York public radio station WNYC's show New Tech City. They like things to be busy and active, but we may not be as sleep-deprived as we think. In April, WNYC launched the Clock Your Sleep project. More than 4,500 people tracked their sleep for a month, logging almost 42,000 nights of ZZZS among them. The results are nothing to whine about. Participants averaged 7 hours of sleep on weeknights and 7.5 hours on weekends. Compare this to the 40% of people nationwide who are getting less than 7 hours of nightly sleep, according to a 2013 Gallup poll, and New Yorkers lose some of their grit. So why do we think we're not getting enough rest? I think it's about sleep quality, and it's hard to get quality in a place where there's light everywhere and there's noise everywhere and there are things to do all the time, said Zomorodi, who is also the leader of Team Digital Detox, for part 2 of the Clock Your Sleep project. Related, 10 tricks to waking up in the morning. As an insomniac, I'm familiar with what ruins restful sleep. The list of things I've added to or eliminated from my bedtime routine is lengthy. Since completing my own sleep experiment earlier this year, I've been working to retune my internal clock by only going to sleep when I'm tired. But this has led me to commit another cardinal sleep sin, using my laptop and smartphone up until the moment I fall asleep. The blue light emitted from electronic devices messes with our levels of melatonin, one of the key hormones for maintaining a regular sleep cycle. We know we shouldn't cling to our phones and tablets at night, but we do it anyway. The next step, digital detox. 95% of Americans surveyed in a 2011 National Sleep Foundation poll admitted to using some type of electronic device before bed. Given that many bedrooms across the country must look like miniature Times Squares at night with all the TVs, tablets, smartphones, computers and other electronics shining bright, it's likely many of us are sabotaging our sleep just because we refuse to disconnect for an hour before hitting the sack. We might be lying in the right place for the right amount of time, but that doesn't mean we are doing the right job, Zomorodi said. Which is why, for 2 weeks, Zomorodi and members of her team will ditch their electronics at least an hour before bedtime, in addition to keeping all devices out of the bedroom. Many people, Zomorodi and myself included, panic at the thought of a deviceless bedroom. They're like, listen, I go to the gym, I barely drink anymore, I don't smoke. Please just give me one vice. Let me have my screens, Zomorodi said. That really shows we are addicted. Related, why don't Americans get enough sleep? More than 25% of Clock Your Sleep participants who answered questions about their sleep habits say they sleep with their smartphone next to or in their beds. I'd rather quit eating sugar than not have my smartphone within reach in the middle of the night. What if I get an important email or text? What if I wake up with a brilliant idea I need to add to Evernote? Most importantly, how will I wake up? Just like Zomorodi and countless others, I use my phone as my alarm. Zomorodi also relies on late-night use of her iPad to read articles for work, and she largely attributes mobile technology to her ability to function as a working mother. She can arrange her schedule around her kids' needs and get work done after they go to bed, so foregoing the devices at night for 2 weeks is going to be a challenge. My son was born the same year as the iPhone, so I really give it a lot of credit for making it possible for me to pursue a career, she said. I love trying new things, hacking my life, so to speak, so I'm always game for things like the Clock Your Sleep project, but I'm also genuinely worried because this is how I have set up my life to be efficient. Related, the health risks of long-term sleep deprivation. He would love to say that I use my phone for important stuff in the middle of the night like Zomorodi does. But most of the time my insomnia doesn't result in anything productive. For example, at 3 a.m. few nights ago I realized I was curled around my phone, reading an article about an outrageous new ad campaign for a Japanese condom company. There's no excuse for that. So I'm signing up for Team Digital Detox, and I'm excited for, and dreading, every disconnected minute of it. I'll have to rely on an actual book with actual pages to put me to sleep, put new batteries in my alarm clock, and hope I don't oversleep. Bring on the darkness. No matter where you are in the country, you can participate in the Clock Your Sleep project. In addition to Team Digital Detox, you can also join WNYC's Vice Squad, led by Brooke Gladstone and PJ Votive on the media, and pledge to exercise 3 times a week and eliminate caffeine, alcohol and nicotine within 4 hours of bedtime, or get on the Rock Your Routine team, led by the Takeaway host John Hockenberry, which is geared towards shift workers who will pledge to go to bed and wake up at the same time, no matter what day of the week it is.